And as tensions flare, a delegation of Canadian MPs is in the Middle East tonight. CTV's Judy Trinh on their mission.
The aftermath of an Israeli airstrike that obliterated the home of two families. Neighbors say 12 people were killed, among them several children. After more than 100 days of war, the United Nations says famine has arrived, putting more than 2 million Gazans at risk of starvation. The situation is on the minds of the Canadian delegation as they arrived in East Jerusalem. 2 Liberal and 3 NDP members of Parliament, along with more than a dozen humanitarian advocates, are on a week-long mission to find ways for Canada to help. Yesterday, they visited a UN school for refugees in Jordan.
The students were really concerned about the killing of the innocent children in Gaza and the fact that the children in Gaza have not been able to go to schools.
Today in East Jerusalem, they met the Palestinian doctors of al-Maqased Hospital, some who trained in Canada.
They told us about the 36 babies that were in the neonatal unit at the Al-Shifa hospital in Gaza. The al-Maqased hospital had the capacity to take these babies, but permission wasn't granted, and it would only take about an hour if they wanted to transfer those babies, and many of those babies lost their lives.
Their visit also involved meeting with Jewish peace groups in Israel.
One of the Israelis spoke about how his mentor, somebody that he had grown up with, he had worked with, was killed on October 7th. Somebody who had encouraged him to join a peace movement.
80 kilometers away, Israel pulled some of its forces out of northern Gaza as Qatar and France brokered a deal to deliver medication to hostages held by Hamas in exchange for food and water for civilians. It's a glimmer of hope in a tangled crisis. This trip was sponsored by the advocacy group, the Canadian Muslim Vote. When the MPs return, they say they will file a report to Parliament and continue pushing for a ceasefire in Gaza. Omar.
All right, Judy, thank you.